been a while since we've seen you.
Yeah, no, been in hibernation a little bit.
Was that an intentional hibernation? What's the story there?
Maybe I want you guys to miss me.
We did.
No, I had some minor back injury, and then I was in a motorcycle accident, so a couple steps back.
Okay, you're excused then. How much have you been itching to get back in there then? Like, what's it been feeling like this week knowing that you get to do it again?
I've been itching like a crackhead, honestly. I wanted to fight right away after my loss to Gregor, get back out there and get back on the horse, because I'm the kind of guy that once I crash or something, I want to get back out there so I don't, you know what I mean? I want to go back and redeem myself. So it's been really tough to not get right back at it, but now I am, so that's all I got on my mind.
I mean, you hadn't experienced that in a long time. I know you had the 3 or so years off, but it had been a long time since you'd not had your hand raised. I mean, so what was the process like kind of getting over that and moving past it after that fight?
Honestly, just taking things day by day. I've had some anger issues with it, dealing with it, and having to kind of just sit back and let things unfold the way they need to unfold, which kind of sucks. Like, I don't like to do that, even though I am that kind of person for the most part. But it's been a little rough, but not too bad. I've kind of taken my time, being a little smart about my comeback. Also gave me some time to work on some things, some holes, and just get back at it, honestly. I've just been trying to be a little smarter about it. You know what I mean? In the past, I've hurt myself in training a lot, and that's kind of created some time between things in life and stuff. So I'm trying to take that out of the equation, and that's basically what I was doing, just playing it smart. It took me a little longer than I wanted to, but in my head, I was trying to be going the smarter route with it.
Do you feel like being kind of like that veteran mindset now in terms of how things work when you're not in the cage, that's going to help you as you move forward?
Yeah, actually, I've learned a lot in my career over the courses of my absences. Honestly, I've had injuries. I've had a lot of life situations that kind of slowed me down. But in the end, I know what I want. I know what I have to do to get there. So I just take things day by day for the most part, and do what I have to do to get me where I need to go.
How long have you been fully recovered since, as you mentioned, the back injuries, the accident?
I would say probably beginning of this year. Maybe even like February-ish. I signed the contract for this fight a little short notice from what I typically do with fights. Typically, I like to tell Show, give me like 3 months so I could train for a guy. That way I have plenty of time. But this time I think it was like a month and a half, maybe 2 months, because I was kind of just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna wing it this time and go for it. So that's what I did. I was fully healed. I think I got my motorcycle accident in October, I want to say, last October. And then I had a back surgery. I had my back surgery the day before the accident in October. Got in the motorcycle accident. Then I think another month, I think December is when I had my second back surgery again, to kind of ensure that I didn't really screw myself up go backwards with that first back surgery. And then since then, I've just been slowly recuperating. I started lifting, doing a lot of things to get myself back in, being super cautious about my body and stuff. So I'd say probably like January, maybe like late January, I was basically about to 100% where I could start being full-blown training again.
So back in late January, is late June kind of what you're looking at? Is this a good time frame?
Yeah, not bad. I honestly wanted to fight a little sooner, just to put a little more pressure on myself to get out there, because I'm the kind of person that, like, if I don't have anything to work towards, then I'm kind of in a lull, you know what I mean? And I don't like to, I don't know, if I don't have anything to work towards, I feel like I'm wasting my own time. So that's what I was trying to avoid. So I was just working, telling my manager, give me a fight. I tried to get a fight with Dan Hooker. Me and him talked on Twitter, and we both agreed. So I tried to get that. Didn't work out. But I ended up getting Roosevelt as an option, and I'm going to hand this guy's first loss.
Are you a fan of the matchup?
Yeah, I like it. To be honest, I don't really give a shit who I fight.
Sure.
I mean, fighting's fighting. I love fighting. Whether it's him or someone else, I don't really care. So, you know, I asked for Dan Hooker. He didn't give it to me. He said, what about this guy? And I said, okay. So, like, I just like fighting. It's fun for me. And give me someone to fight, I'm going to fight him.
Do you kind of like fighting these prospects? I know it didn't go your way against Gregor, but, you know, these guys, you're more experienced than them. You know, you've been around longer. Do you kind of like that idea?
I'm kind of undecided about it, honestly. Like, to me, a fight's a fight, and whether the guy has no experience or a lot of experience, he's there to fight too. So I mean, I could win or lose either way, honestly, in my opinion. But I do feel like I have an advantage over him, over my veteran experience that I have with fighting, you know, in the octagon and even before that.
Have you been impressed with Roosevelt and what he's done?
Yeah, he's done very well for himself. Honestly, he's undefeated, and he fought 2 fights. He's 2-0 in the UFC so far. He did well in the Contender Series. You know what I mean? Dana obviously liked him. So yeah, I mean, what's there not to be impressed about the kid? You know, he's 25, I think. So yeah, I'm impressed by him. He's a good fighter. I think he's done well for himself.
Do you mind if I ask about your accident? What happened? How severe it was?
No, not at all. I was basically riding with a couple buddies. Like I said, the day after my back surgery, I had some injections in my back, my lower back. And doctor said, go about your life like normal. So that's what I did. I went for more cigars with some buddies. I was driving back. I was going through like a T intersection. I honestly don't really know what happened. My back end of my bike got hit by something. I got whipped to my right, my tire caught, whipped me back left, and when my tire hit that time, I just went flying. That's all I really know. I went flying, I rolled a little bit, I rolled myself out of the street. I had some dude that was passing by help me lift my bike up and bend my handlebars back. I rode to like a restaurant, cleaned all the asphalt and shit out of my back and my elbow, and then I rode back another like, I don't know, maybe 15, 20 miles back to see me to the hospital, and then I was in the hospital from like probably, I want to say like 12, 1 o'clock in the afternoon until 8 or 9 o'clock at night, like making sure I was okay, getting MRIs and x-rays and stuff done, making sure I wasn't like severely injured, no internal bleeding or anything like that, because I wasn't wearing gear, I just had a t-shirt and jeans on. So that was basically it. Like, I don't really know what happened. You know, no one stuck around after I got hit, so like I'm pretty sure someone just hit me and took off, probably just freaked out. I'm not sure, honestly.
On a whole other note, I want to quickly ask about your gaming life. You're a bit of a gamer. You stream on Twitch quite a bit, actually.
Yeah.
Is that something you just do for fun, or could this be more than fun later on in your life?
It's something that I do for fun right now, but I'm kind of hoping it'll turn more into something more. I mean, I'm a hardcore idiot. I've always loved video games ever since I was a little kid. That was like kind of my escape, you know what I mean? Like, fighting and video games are my 2 things that were always my go-tos, because those are the 2 things that I've had that I was able to use. So I definitely love streaming. I love it because I could be super interactive with people, like fans or people who are into gaming, so the same stuff that I like too. So, you know, it's pretty cool. I really enjoy it, and I hope it turns into something more than just me playing video games. You know what I mean? I hope I could make money from it and do something more and kind of share some stuff with some people and help other people. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people do look up to me, and the experiences that I've had, I do help a lot of people whenever I can. But I like to do anything fun, honestly. Like, I'm just a giant kid. I have you know what I mean? I'll hang out with friends. I like going drinking and stuff, you know what I mean? Whatnot. Like, I have a remote control car. I have cats. So anything that puts a smile on my face or someone else's face, I'm gonna do it. If it's fun and I'll join it, I'm gonna do it.